I live positive that it won't return. I discovered I have cancer in 2014 January. I never went to the doctor. I was a person found a lump. I went to the firstly I consulted a nurse friend and tell her about it, and she said I must come over the clinic. I went by the clinic and I see a doctor, and she feel it and she give me a paper to take to to do a test on the breast. I went by the Cancer Society and I did the test and I returned it back to the clinic. Apparently the doctor said it was a good news, so they refer me immediately to the Mandeville Regional Hospital.
What was the first reaction when you got the news? How were you feeling emotionally?
Why, if I tell you, when I realized it was cancer, it wasn't easy because my son was just 7 years old at the time. Plenty night I cry about it because I never know what stage it was and the outcome is going to be. How would I handle it? But I take a hold of myself with the help of friends, and especially what my sister talked to me and said, well, we have to go through this together. So it was from there on I go on and I did the removal of the breast, and then after that the doctor said I must do a scan. Mark you, I never have any the first cent. But I went by the Cancer Society and they referred me to Reach to Recovery, Mrs. Wright. And she was a tower of strength to me. She never hesitated. She asked me if I have any money and I tell her no. Because it was about 48,000. And she said okay then. She went in her office and I think she discussed it with two other persons. And she gave me the check. I went by Apex and did it. I did the scan. And luckily, it never spread to any part of my body. No organs were safer. I did chemotherapy in 2015. I did 8 chemotherapy, and 2016 February I did 25 radiation at Cornwall Regional. Yes.
So financially, how are you coping regarding you have to be buying medication now, I expect, right?
Not coping well because I'm on tamoxifen, I'm on Prozaflox, and I'm on Lyrica. I get the tamoxifen from the government, but the other two I have to buy it, and that is costing me about 10,000, probably even more. But I get the generic in the Lyrica. But if I should I buy the other one, it will cost more. I buy what the money can buy through my financial. When I was working, but I'm not working now. February. Right now I have a breast ultrasound because I supposed to do the breast ultrasound last year, February, but because of money I never get to do it. So they demand that I did it this year. My pelvis ultrasound and blood tests and chest x-ray. So I'm going back to clinic on the 15th of February.
With all of this, what advice would you give other females going through what you're going through?
Well, you just have to hold the faith, and probably I was a Christian at the first, but when I find out, I said, Lord, one of my aunt talked to me and said, you need to go and serve the Lord, and I take her advice. And with that Christianity within me and everything, the church body, I just go through it. I just hold the faith and go through it, because you cannot fret over it, because if you fret about it, eventually they just take a toll on your body, and you need like support, friend support, family support. You need financial support, because until today, when you cancer in remission, it coming like it's still in effect because you never stop spend. You never stop spend. What I would like most, I want a job. Although I get 2 job interviews since week, but they are not ready as yet. But my main aim, I need financial help with medication, and as the previous lady that spoke with me, I tell her that I need a piece of land to make a house because I can't manage to pay rent anymore. I really need to come out of it. Right now I'm up in debt. Yeah. I need a place that I can even ask the food for the poor to make a house, but I need a piece of land.
Do you have any fear that the cancer might return?
There are times when it come across my mind, but I just shake it off and say that the devil is alive and the pit of hell, and just move on, because I don't want it to have it in the back of my head. Yeah, I live positive that it won't return, and I declare healing upon my body.